call.
Briggs.
Here.
Weiss.
Here.
Addy.
Here.
Elder.
Here.
Leibold.
Here.
Reese.
Here.
Sleep.
Here.
Welcome everybody to City Council. It's great to have an audience. Council has a copy of the minutes from the last meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? No? Then they'll stand as they are. Council also has agenda for tonight. Are there any additions to the agenda? Okay, then we'll get started with the reading.
Second reading of an ordinance to authorize the expenditure and direct the Safety Service Director to enter into a contract with Buckeye Excavating and Construction Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $543,755.00 for the Walnut Street Storm Sewer Separation Project and declaring an emergency.
Madam President,
Yes.
if there aren't any questions on this, I have to move for Rule 4.
Motion to suspend Rule 4.
Second.
Okay, Angie Reese makes a motion to suspend Rule 4. John Elder seconds. Are there any comments or questions about the suspension of Rule 4? Roll call.
Weiss.
Yes.
Addy.
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Leibold.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Sleek.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Move to adopt. Second.
Jim Sleek moves to adopt. And Chris Leibold seconds. Are there any questions about this ordinance? By anybody? No? Okay, roll call.
Addy.
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Leibold.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Sleek.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
First reading of an ordinance amending appropriations within Capital Improvement Fund 410 and declaring an emergency.
Madam President,
Yes, sir.
this is appropriation for soft cost for South Fifth Street. The city was awarded a small cities grant, $1.5 million from ODOT to redo South Fifth Street, where the old Kroger's was and the new bank's going in. And the $215,000 covers the soft costs, engineering, excavating, any type of you won't see any. I know people have a lot of questions about the project all the time. You won't see any actual pavement in the ground until 2029. But that's just kind of an example of how far ahead we have to work in the engineer's office to keep all these projects rolling. So they did give us the grant for it. We're rolling forward with it, but it's going to take that long to actually get dirt moved around over there. But we would like to suspend Rule 4 on that so that we can get that back in the budget and allow our engineers to go forward with it. It's going to be a long process.
Okay.
Madam President,
Yes.
I move to suspend Rule 4.
Second.
Angie Reese moves to suspend Rule 4. Jim Sleek seconds. Any questions on the suspension of Rule 4? Roll call.
Elder.
Yes.
Leibold.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Sleek.
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Weiss.
Yes.
Addy.
Yes. Move to adopt.
I do have a question.
Oh, wait, we got to do the move to adopt in a second, and then you can ask.
Second.
Okay. Chris Leibold seconds. Okay, now, do you have any questions?
Oh, yeah. So was this accounted for in the budget of this year? Or is this on top of the budget that we approved this year?
It was, you answered it.
Yeah, it was not included in this year. We knew the project was coming, and then once they finalized everything, then Tucker and Kevin came to us to actually get it put into this budget. So yeah, when we have an ordinance like this amending appropriations, then we're changing what council approved earlier in the year. So this is bumping it up.
So is there anything that won't happen in 2026 because we're approving this?
No.
Okay.
We already had this on our radar, and so the transfers that we've been making into the capital improvement fund has been with this estimate in mind for the soft costs. So yeah, it's not in place of anything like that. It's just kind of moving it up and kind of programming it in this year because we got it solidified. We knew the soft cost was going to happen this year or next year. We just didn't know when it was going to get finalized and kind of approved to go. And so when it did, then we brought it to you all and got it added in there.
Great, thank you.
Yep, no problem.
Anybody else? Roll call?
Lightfoot,
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Approved.
First reading of an ordinance authorizing the Safety Service Director to submit a written agreement to participate in the Ohio Department of Transportation's annual road salt contract 2026-27 in accordance with the revised code section 5513.01B and declaring an emergency.
Madam President?
Yes, sir.
I am going to ask for special order, but I would like to, every year we do this, and every year I say we do this every year, but, sometimes I need to explain what we're actually doing for the benefit of the public and possibly some of the new council. What this is this allows Fremont to be included in like an all-inclusive bid with ODOT. ODOT will, any municipality is interested, as long as they pass an ordinance, they can be included in this, and they're included in the bidding with the state. So the state has more bidding power than the city of Fremont when it comes to salt. They can go out and get a better price. We passed this ordinance that allows the state of Ohio to bid on our behalf. They're bidding basically statewide for anybody that wants to participate, and that's what this is. The price of salt, I can only assume it's going to go up, but we won't know until the bids come in. What it's going to be. We may get lucky, maybe it won't go up, but this is always the best option for city planning is to go with the state bid on this. So that's why we do this.
I make a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Jean Reese makes a motion to suspend rule 4, and I'm giving it a second. Sleek. Jim Sleek seconds. Any questions about the suspension of rule 4? Roll call?
Reese,
Yes.
Sleek,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
Angie Reese moves to adopt. Christine Weiss seconds. Okay, any further questions?
Yes, Madam President. So I see 1,200 tons of solids that we buy annually, or do we have a transfer number?
It's usually right around 1,200. 1,200 is our target, depending on how far down our salt ponds have depleted. We might up it. It might even go down if we have a surplus, but 1,200 is usually our target.
And
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Okay. Last year we used
We use quite a bit.
quite a bit. Okay.
We used that as surplus.
Yes. Yeah.
And then I can't remember, I feel like we've done this as long as I've been in council, but have we ever not participated in this program? No.
As I used to be the village administrator up in the Toledo area, and I do know some smaller towns that in the past have opted out of doing this. It's really not, it didn't look to their advantage at all.
Anybody else? No? Okay, roll call?
Sleek,
Yes.
Briggs,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
First reading of a resolution authorizing the Safety Service Director to enter into a contract with the Ohio Department of Transportation on behalf of the City of Fremont for projects to resurface a portion of US Route 6 in Sandusky County and declaring an emergency.
Madam President, if you remember a while back, we did basically the same thing on State Route 53. What this is a resolution because ODOT is going to have a paving project. They're going to start by Hines, and they're heading north. How far north they're going on 6, I don't know. But a portion of what they have to pave is in the city. And this gives them permission to pave a small portion that's in the city as well. So there's no expense to us or anything. Resolution telling them that it's okay.
I'll make a motion to suspend rule 4.
I'll second.
John Elder makes a motion to suspend rule 4. Angie Reese seconds. Any questions about the suspension of rule 4? Roll call?
Briggs,
Yes.
Weiss,
Yes.
Addie,
Yes.
Elder.
Yes.
Lightfoot.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Sleek.
Yes.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second?
Angie Reese moves to adopt, and Rick's moves for seconds. Any further questions or discussion?
Yes. You said there's gonna be no extra costs except for, I see that we pay 100% when we request, the state requested.
We've already done most of the work up there. If you remember,
Yeah.
not too long ago, we paid pretty much all the way up there. We did all well, we did it. There was some remediation that had to be done. A private company had to pay for that because the contaminants heat from their place. Okay, yeah, we've already done everything we need to do up there for a while.
Okay.
Anybody else? Roll call.
Reese,
Yes.
Audi,
Yeah.
Elder,
Yes.
Flagel.
Yes.
Reese,
Yes.
Sleep,
Yes.
Briggs.
Yes.
Moving on with the committee reports, and any Audi, streets and utilities?
Nothing to report.
Finance and labor, Chris Weigel. Jim Sleep, economic development.
Thank you, Mayor. As you can see, if you've been out Oak Harbor Road, the arrows are up and the detours are in place, so it's going to, the craziness has begun, all for a good thing, for a good result. So just keep that in mind, and we're moving right along with the new car wash, and if you get a chance and check out some of that, the projects that's going on, I encourage you to do that, but do it with caution. Everybody just be a little more safe when you're driving through the construction areas, because there's a lot of good things happening. So,
Is that a two-way street there on Oak Harbor Road? Because I was on it the other day, and I was going south on it, and another car pointed at me and said no, so I hurried back and got off into the parking area.
it's well marked.
I know,
There's just a
but
short.
It's northbound only.
it's not all that I was.
I was trying to keep him from telling her, so.
Well, I got out right away.
Angie,
I was lucky.
from Cedar Street to Wendy's, there is a southbound lane. So you can get in from that side to get in the drive-through at Wendy's or to park. That's the only portion, the rest of it's all northbound.
Sure, that's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's why I thought I
It's a
continued.
big difference.
Okay, laws, rules, and ordinances, John Elder.
I have nothing tonight.
Okay, Parks and Recreation, Danielle Briggs, I know you got something.
Only 2 items tonight, Madam
Okay.
President. So the rec center, they really wanted me to highlight that seasonal hires are still in process right now with a specific focus on lifeguards. So if you want to go to tan, a little bit of workout, hang out by the pool, sign up to be a lifeguard. And the first river cleanup was a great success last weekend. We had about 20 people out at Miles Newton Bridge, both sides of the river, all the way down almost to Roger Young and almost up to State Street Bridge. And we collected between 10 and 15 contractor bags of trash. So we will have another one on May 2nd, but it was a good time. Also a good workout if you like doing rock climbing or bouldering. It's really for you. So we had a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. Citizen Service Committee, Angie Reese.
I don't have anything to say other than, Chief was really still here last night, so I'm not.
Christine, please.
So GLCAP has some no-cost repairs for homeowners. It's the Community Housing Impact and Preservation, or the CHIP program. Provides home repairs for plumbing, electrical systems, ADA modifications, HVAC systems, roofs, and other needs. There are income eligibility guidelines that you can get in touch with them through 1-800-775-9767 or glcap.org/home repair.
Okay. I got names on here double somehow. I don't know how I did that. Okay, moving along, we'll go to department heads, Ed Frost.
Thank you, Madam President. One thing that I really would like to note is they're seated with Cabot. I usually don't tell people to look at construction projects, but what they're doing on Hazel Buckland is actually really, really nice. So normally don't tell you to go pull around construction projects. You have to be that way, take a good look, because it's really good. There's 4 new curves today. They cut out a portion of Hayes. You kind of see the brick underneath, you can see the brick road. It's one of the cooler projects that I've seen going on.
I think all the curb on Buckland is done on the east presidential
On the east side, yeah.
They've been really working at it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you get out there, you know, that's a great project. They're gonna obviously do all of Buckland and all the way down Hayes. Our team just got water line done on Hayes Avenue, right? So we can go and pay that, when that's done, it's gonna be.
Heard from other residents that live in the area that everything is looking very nice and people are driving with caution
Right.
and whatnot and be, if you would.
Yep.
Mr. Frost, do you know when that street was bricked, when it was still brick?
I'm sorry?
How long ago was that street, Hayes, was it brick?
I don't know. I don't know for sure.
We were gonna ask you that question.
Well, I was trying to figure it out.
It was our
I was
senior
telling
year.
him.
She just told me she remembered that it was brick.
Mr. Burns, do you have a question?
Yes, I was driving by that the other day, and I'm not positive, but I think I only noticed 2 sewers, like, down there on that whole line of, curb they're putting down. It's gonna be, 2 sewers aren't gonna be able to handle all that water, are they?
Yeah, it should be. I think what you actually might have seen was, are you talking about the blue pipe that was coming out?
No, I'm talking about the actual curb where they have the grates in the road and everything,
Okay,
there's 2
yeah.
dig outs, you know, but.
I mean, it's been okay in the past. So, whatever they have down there, I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't.
It wasn't okay the last time I drove by, but I'm, you know, I mean, I know it's new now, so.
Yeah, it's new.
Yeah.
Yep,
That is,
that's all. Thank you.
Just a couple quick things. You may have seen it, the news messenger gave an update about the hotel. And I think we all know that we talked about it, we maybe haven't talked about it in a while. There was a need for the hotel. There was a hotel study completed that showed that there was a need for additional hotel rooms. That there is, on average, 92-93% occupancy rating at the current hotels that are there. This company that is building this hotel consulted with the city, got this hotel study, consulted with the business bureau, consulted with PEC. And so sure, if we live here, we're going to utilize it. But frequently, companies have business partners that stay in town. I think those, I went to prison with the Crown, and they frequently have clients stay in those folks. My architect Ross's wife works at a large manufacturer here in town. She had mentioned have some close to those locations there. The other thing that it does is, remember, there's a bed tax that is paid to the city. So it's creating 23 jobs, and it's creating or increasing our bed tax. And so it really is a positive thing, because also what it does, or has done, is spark interest. It's pretty easy to walk around town, drive around town, and say, wow, this project, this project, this project, there's quite a bit of money to invest in. So what's going on over there that maybe we ought to pay attention to Fremont, or maybe note that somebody else sees the value of it. So I wanted to kind of update everything on that. I meant to pass them out before conference started, but OSS started distributing leads this week. This is the recycling drop-off date for electronics, appliances, tires, household goods. I have several copies here. I'll give them to everybody. There's the auto storms one. That just helps out. And 2 other quick things is, you may have seen it, the historic street signs around Birch Park area. That was all done by donations, folks raising money, folks asking for money. A lot of the stop signs or street signs were contributed by somebody who lives nearby there. And so the only contribution the city has into that is the install and a little bit of concrete. And so notice every couple of years. We get 20 new signs put up there, and it's really starting to make an impact of the rest of the neighborhood. And then lastly, Wednesday, April 22nd, is the Kiwanis Pancake Festival. And so I have pancake tickets here if anybody wants it. Remember, is organizations like that, whether it's Rotary or Kiwanis, that they do these fundraisers to give back to the city, like you know, their park or just like pancakes too. That's good. That's it.
Thank you.
Weinsteiner?
Yes, thank you, Madam President. April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and there are initiatives now to recognize child abuse before it happens. You can also do this by just taking a little bit of extra time supporting those families among us that might be on the edge, that might be living there. The City of Fremont Police Department will be hiring, starting to take applications on April 20th. So I look forward to seeing all of the applicants, the great candidates that want to be Fremont police officers. I will just also ask us all to talk to our friends and neighbors and anyone we know with an e-bike of any kind and suggest that they follow all the laws while they're in the roadway, suggest that children should not be riding using the roadway, and anticipate additional enforcement, law enforcement, and education partnerships with Fremont City Schools, the juvenile court, and the Fremont Police Department. That's all I have.
We don't have e-bikes in the city, do we? The police department?
The police department does have
Oh, they do now?
e-bikes.
Okay.
And our patrol officers wear helmets and follow all of the rules that they are required to when they are in the road. And bicycles.
Right.
Okay. Moving on to elected officials, Mayor Sanchez.
Thank you, Madam President. May 2nd, Saturday, May 2nd is the Seafood and Mile event. I've been involved supporting, in fact, Mr. Frost and I have both been involved with supporting the volunteer team that has been putting this on for a few years, so we're excited for that. And one of the questions that we've been getting is, why doesn't this go later on through the night long? Well, it's a pretty simple answer. It's just a lack of volunteers. It takes a lot of people to make these things happen. It takes a lot of volunteers. It takes a lot of sponsorships. Anyone that wants to get involved, they're always looking for different opportunities. I want to piggyback on Chief Wentziger's comment about the e-bikes. I had a conversation with the Chief this morning. In fact, I had a conversation with him and the Safety Service Director about putting together a proactive strategic plan and an awareness plan throughout the community, kind of like the click it or ticket, you know, as an example of something that I would like to see implemented throughout the city. So I got to compliment the Chief for getting a hold of the superintendent at Fremont City Schools. And this is going to be a pretty quick, fast, active, positive message to the community. The goal is not, there's no directives for the police just to go arrest all these kids that are on these laws. We have to attack this and address this from many different angles. We have to address it from awareness. I'm not sure that some people know the law. We have to address it from a safety standpoint. I can assure you that the administration or the police department is waiting for anyone to get hurt before we react. The state of Ohio already has laws in place, and the police department has been given a directive by the police chief and the safety service director to handle these situations what I would describe as with common sense. And I don't have the definition for common sense. But we are not looking to slam any 14-year-old kid on the street because they're riding the e-bike. We're here to talk to a kid, we're here to educate a kid, we're here to make sure that we do what we can to put them in the best safe position possible. So they're not getting hurt, but also drivers are not put in the position to get them. I will tell you, I was very disappointed yesterday. I was driving and there was a group of kids that they drove by on their e-bike, they ran the stop sign, and I got about 5 birds. So, if you know what the bird is. And I was surprised. And honestly, I was disgusted because it was embarrassing because unfortunately, that is gonna happen out there. The other day I was on State Street and there was a mini bike that was swerving in and out of traffic from one side of the town to the next without a license plate. I couldn't call the police, I couldn't get the phone because I was still watching this. It was just, by the time I would have called, the kid was already zooming through traffic, and I wish there was an officer on State Street at that moment. But those are situations that I don't believe that, I mean, they're just flat out disobeying the law and putting people at risk and putting themselves at risk. And, those are the situations when I think we all would expect strict police enforcement when those type of things are happening. Well, but if we just have the kids that are just kind of running through the park and maybe they don't know, then we have to educate them. So we have to address this from multiple angles so that way no one gets hurt. And that's not what we want to happen. If there's any questions on it,
I have a question. You know, when you have an automobile that has a motor, you have to have insurance.
yes.
So do you have to have insurance when you have a bike with a motor?
There's nothing in the know how rides go in the States.
So if this is, say a 14-year-old or 10-year-old, who knows, causes a crash, who's liable?
Probably their parents.
Their parents' insurance?
I
Or
would,
just their parents?
I would say their parents, but I would be calling Roger Hafford.
I'll do that.
Yeah, it's a real question and it's a concern. I'm not an expert on these e-bikes. I would always, not to spend too much more time on it. We talked about it in our management meeting this morning with all the department heads. I know I'm getting older, but I'm used to the moped days where you had to have, you know, a permit and you had to have a license plate and you had to have, and I'm not telling you I had all that stuff, but I had a moped. And I had a helmet, and I had glasses, and I knew that you couldn't violate the law. These e-bikes almost go just as fast or faster than what those mopeds are, and you can't even hear them. So, I think the state of Ohio is behind on the law, because these bikes got different levels to them, and our police department is just put in a very bad spot, because there's only 4 or 5 officers on at a shift, and they're running radar, they're responding to calls, and they're trying to enforce e-bike issues. So we need to help them by educating the parents on some of these. It's going to be a disaster also. But it's everywhere. I will tell you, at the Northwest Ohio Mayors and Mayors Association I attended, I do serve on their board now. This topic was brought up there amongst all the communities around, so it's not just the city. It's like these e-bike or the e-scooters all over again. Thank you.
So this came up last year as well. So this is the second year that I was among you last year that I was listening. So what can the city do, and which ordinances do the e-bikes need to follow? Do they need to follow moped? Do they need, because it has a motorized mechanism, do they follow those of bikes on the road, which doesn't seem right either? So which ordinances do they follow? So I can understand the confusion, right?
Well, yes and no.
Well, there's no confusion when you're just running stop signs.
Well, I hear that.
There's no confusion on the actual e-bike law. There's an actual e-bike ordinance, 300 section somewhere, it's specifically tailored to e-bike. When we had a laws, rules, and ordinance meeting here, probably a year ago, 2 years ago, I had presented that. Well, what I had presented, the state had adopted, not mine specific, but I mean the same exact thing. And when the state adopted it, Walter Drain threw it into our ordinances. So basically what I had presented to you, we kind of got by default without us doing anything. So it's a specific section, and it does say e-bike on it. If you go on our website and go into our ordinances, you can actually search e-bike and it'll pop up. And it's correct, there's 3 different types of e-bikes and there's different rules for all 3 of them. And every e-bike should have a sticker on it somewhere, so whether it's class 1, 2, or 3. And then you have to follow the laws. But I spoke with a parent today, it's just ironic. He called because he was gonna buy his son an e-bike. And he had all these questions. And I commend that parent, and I wish I could remember the name off the top of my head. But he was going to buy, and we started going through the process, and I told him where to find some information so that he could go and look and make the best decisions for his son. So, but as far as actual riding an e-bike, it would be, as far as the traffic laws go, there's no difference. So we're talking.
And I might just add, a quick place to find a lot of information is just Google. Like, to the average, ordinary, normal person, they can just pick their phone up with their child or the person that's going to be on the e-bike and Google e-bike rules, ordinances, or Ohio Revised Code, and that's going to give them a lot of reading material that they should know. That they should know what class their e-bike is. They should know not to zip through stop signs, that there's speed limits, that you, even if you're on a sidewalk crossing a street, you should not cross it at full speed on an e-bike.
Council have any comments they want to make tonight? Is there anybody in the public that would like to come up to the podium and speak? Yeah, if there is, just say your name.
I just got to see one thing. My road has all been paved in real nice, looks real nice, okay? And now the guys are cutting the grass, and dumping all the grass in the street, and I gotta clean it up. Yes, I do. I have a lot better things to do.
Well, I mean, we can't clean up the grass off of every street.
Well, you know, they don't trim. I mean, if you wanna pay me to do it, I'll do it and do it right.
Are these city mowers?
Yes, ma'am.
There's job openings in the city right
I've
now.
already applied, they didn't hire me. So what do you think of that?
On that application for
I think Ken did address this with you today.
Holly, I didn't mean to.
I contacted Taz.
Do you have any comments?
It'll be addressed tomorrow.
I'll growl to you. I'm
No,
sorry.
no, you're fine.
I get that myself. Okay, well, if there's no further comments, I.
Move to adjourn.
Second. Okay, just like we'll move to adjourn, and I think.
I have something to say.
Okay,
Can I go to?
sure.
Good evening, council. My name is Aaron Mead. Mead.
Okay.
My wife and I, small business owners, leased a business on State Street, 1612 West State Street, since 2012, so 14 years. And went through 3 owners at the business. Approximately 4.5 years ago, we added some different people to our business. They can sit behind me. That was prior to the second owner taking over. Once he took over, that was fine, everything. And then when another person took over, purchased the building, okay? And now there's a new business going in beside us, okay? Nothing wrong with a new business going in beside us. I've seen, on the wall, hey, new business coming, Wild Brew, I think's the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Wild Brew's coming in into the subway building on State Street.
Great.
Okay. I'm perfectly fine with that. It came to my attention that some people messaged me and said, hey, did you realize that they're going to be putting a drive-through in at the end of that building? And of course, I started going through my head, I'm thinking, well, how's that going to work? Because I know how the layout of the building and
Sure.
the traffic and parking and so on and so on. So I started asking questions, okay? And when I find out, when I even talked to the city engineer about a proposal for the drive-through, and it was stated that the proposal said that there's going to be 4 of the parking spots out front, along with 2 of them along State Street are going to be removed. And the women that are beauticians that work with us, a lot of their clientele are elderly ladies, okay? And the main reason they came to our business was the ease of parking and ease of entrance into the entrance into the front. So kind of taken a little bit back by that, what other concessions can be made other than just, sorry, you're gonna lose 6 parking spots, park out along State Street, and pretty much have to deal with it.
Is there parking in the back of that building?
There is. Yeah, there's a parking lot in the back.
Do you have access to that? I mean, like, do you have a back door?
We have a back door, but our back door is a fire door, okay? It was installed, push bar,
Sure.
only open with the key from the outside, and it cannot be left unlocked.
Right.
So it is a fire door. And it's certainly not convenient as a front entrance because they come in, we got washer dryer back there for, it's just not an entrance. Okay. It's intended to be an exit. So my concession to that is, what do I have, or what do I have as a person who's been a long time client of the building?
Sure.
What do I do, or what can I do, or what can't I do?
What did the engineer say?
The engineer says that they were working on,
Has that
the
been
proposal to
approved?
put a drive-through.
But it hasn't been approved.
As far as I understand, it hasn't been
You guys
approved.
know anything about it?
I don't know if it's been approved. He didn't make the, he said it's been a proposal for a drive-through.
It has been, it does meet the requirements of all of our ordinance.
So there's nothing they can do.
Which I mean, it's like safety, we can talk to them, right? Right, there's nothing, on the city, there's nothing.
Madam President, the property owners are here that own the building. And in my opinion, this is not a city of Fremont issue, this is a landlord tenant issue.
Right.
The city doesn't, as the mayor, I appreciate the business of the meat detectives. Very complimentary. And the property owners have a right, I assume, to do what they like to do to the property. So for us as a city, we're not really in the middle of that. That's between a landlord and tenant. I don't know, so to me, it'd be a civil issue.
Is the parking out there owned by the landlord, or is the parking owned by the city?
The parking that I believe that they're talking about is between, from the side, from building to the side. Okay. This will be their property.
Okay.
And there are some spots on State Street that are going to have to be eliminated because of these cities. But overall, if you look at our ordinance and the amount of parking spots per business, everything fits. So there's no.
Is there handicap parking there?
We know what the concession for that drive-through is going to be exiting the parking lot.
How it's actually, yes. I would like to, I'd have to show you a picture, because I don't really want to describe this, I don't want to get myself in trouble. But yes, you enter in basically off of State Street, pull up to the window and out.
They can request whatever documents are upstairs.
Yeah, for sure.
If you guys don't.
I understand that.
For sure.
Because you're not rezoning anything, not a rezoning issue for us.
Like this property.
The only thing I can do is go with what codes.
Right.
Right. And there's no code violation, everything fits, so I can't, there's no way I could, even if I wanted to, I could say, no, you can't do this.
Have you talked to the owners?
Yes, but I get a lot of pushback. So I've gotten basically,
Madam President, can I stop for a second? This is a civil issue between the landlord and the tenant. I don't think this needs to be addressed in the public city council. The landlord's here, the property owner's here. I don't know whether there's attorneys involved or not. I don't think it is right to move forward at a public city council meeting. That is a tenant building dispute, in my personal opinion.
I guess you guys need to take it up with your landlord.
They would say, I think, request the documents for upstairs.
Well, I
So
mean,
we have-
getting that doesn't resolve the issue of,
Sure, but I don't,
you know,
if you haven't seen them.
we've had years of our clients expecting a certain thing, and now that's going to be completely re-changed for them, and it's a big change for, you know, the way that it comes in weekly, you know, on a walker. That's a big change.
And I don't mean that from a non-empathetic statement. It's just a private issue between an attorney or a tenant and a landlord.
Oh, sorry we couldn't help you.
Thank you.
I want to ask, and I guess I'm going to ask the mayor, do I need to have, you know, for the parade issue, can I discuss that at council?
You can
With
discuss it.
council?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'd encourage you to do so. Thank you.
Well, I just want to make sure. So, everybody wasn't here at the last council meeting, but we have been assigned, or we have volunteered, agreed to take the digital age of, in today's America, which is from 2000 to 2026. So, there's going to be 10 different eras in our 4th of July parade celebrating 250 years of America. And so we need ideas, and I need people to help, which I'm depending on city council and any other elected official that wants to help. Anybody that's not elected that wants to help. Some of the ideas I got on my paper are smartphones, social media, 9/11, Iraq, Afghanistan era, and modern Fremont achievements. But, you know, I'm going to need help. And you don't have to be in the parade, but I'd appreciate it if you would help with our project. And then
We could have a 6:45 meeting,
Okay.
next council meeting if you want.
Okay, I'm not going to be here the next council meeting, of course.
Or one of them,
Yeah.
whatever one you want to direct us.
What? Did they pass out these flyers the last time? No. These flyers are just, I love them. I guess I got them at the parade meeting. We got this size, and then there's bigger ones, and you can get from, what's her name? Christie, yeah, Christie. If you want to display them, or if you have a place at work that you can display them. Right, I think she'll be coming to one of the meetings soon, because she'll have stuff to distribute. But it's going to be quite a parade, and I think there's going to be quite a 4th of July celebration with a multitude of places. I think the amphitheater will have stuff. I know the Hayes Museum is going to have stuff. They're going to do an era, plus they're going to do stuff at the Hayes Museum, so they're really going to be busy. So
They always have a concert too.
yeah. So they're going to have, and I think they're talking about T-shirts. Everybody, you know, they'll be selling T-shirts, and they'll just have America 250, and you know, and then any of the money that gets raised or any profit will be given to some kind of nonprofit organizations. Okay, any questions about the parade? No? Okay. Then if you want to make your motion.
We already have it. Yeah, we already have it.
Still on it.
Okay, roll call.
Addie?
Yes.
Elder?
Yes.
Libo?
Yes.
Reese?
Yes.
Sleek?
Yes.
Briggs?
Yes.
Weiss?
Yes.